This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Today it's time to party like it's 1999. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong. In the last episode, we dealt with someone's feng shui man, and we were able to, get the job fully done. Broke a lot of stuff, moved some shelves around, and annoyed the crap out of a couple of wizards. And well, we're good to go. So now that everything's done, let's claim the payment for that and get the put the payday in and get some more payday. So, all right. Open the jobs directory, get the payment for the sabotage run. You submit a job as finished. A little bird whispered in my ear that Wu Jing's fortunes are already failing. Their stock value dropped by 2% already. The client finds this to be an acceptable indication of your success and has forwarded payment. I've attached your cut to the email. Kindly Chang. All right, we got a decent amount of money for that. All right, let's back up. Let's go to the Shadowlands BBS. Let's see, claim payment for the data, the Renraku stuff. Get you 540 after cuts, and then finally let's post the previous pay data we just got, the Wu Jing logistical data. All right, and as far as I'm aware, there shouldn't be anything to talk to anyone about except for those we brought on the previous mission. So, I mean, I might check with Gavit just to make sure, but I believe everyone's good to go. So, unless you haven't been talking to them, then there'll be new dialogue for you. But for me, it should be good. All right. So I guess we're vandals for hire now, renting ourselves out to tip people's tables and scrawl graffiti on their walls. I don't know, Pykel. Feels like Bush League, Barons, Ganger crap to me. The kind of stuff that we outgrew when we were 8. Yeah, but we did it and the Sky Tower had a purpose. We messed up their key. That's what you say. Didn't look like it did much to me. Anyway, whatever. The client paid us and that's all that matters. It's stupid, but I've taken money for kind of stupid things before. Yeah, remember when you got that job in the private job, that job in the private club on Cleveland Street? I was young and I had moves. It paid well for a summer. He crosses his arms over his chest. You're just jealous that they just hired me over you. Anyway, enough about that. All right. Anyway, so yeah, sometimes you get some funny dialogue from Duncan if you choose to bring him with you. Sometimes he'll Oh yeah, we also gain a level, by the way, for completing. It's based off how many missions you actually do, not specific missions. Any thoughts about the last run? You know that Wu Jing run is the kind of thing you'd never see outside of China. Nobody's gonna hire you to run around tilting paintings and breaking potted plants in Stockholm or Florence. Here, though, that stuff is real power. I've seen it work. A few subtle shits in geomancy can make or break a project, people, even companies. I don't have any idea how it works, but I've seen too many people's fortunes shift as soon as feng shui master gets involved. I'm also not sure how much it can affect the fortunes of a company as big as Wu Jing, but even a small shift is enough to cause the company like that millions of nuyen. Yep. Alright. And it makes us feel good when we do that. So, let's see if Gavit has anything to say. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we're done with the request. I wasn't sure if she had any, random little tidbits or something like that. Any thoughts about the last run? It always surprises me how much corporations will pay to screw up a competitor's feng shui. Hell, they'll even take each other to court over architecture that blocks key. Has a real impact, though. A little shift here and a little in there might not seem like much, but even fractions of a penny lost on their stock value is millions. Gobbet shrugs, pursing her lips. I could see us change the flow of key in that building, but I still have no idea how to make it work for me. You need a real specialist for that, like a Taoist priest or something. Based on what I could see, though, I think Wu Jing fortunes will wane at least for the time being. They'll fix what we broke eventually, but until then, there may be a rash of stubbed toes. So, yeah. Alright. That's it for our allies. Time to go on to the next job. Yeah, that's it, folks. Talking is pretty much to a minimum until we beat the game, all in all. So, I mean, you could shop, spend karma, but I think I'm pretty good for now. I like saving up my karma for the final stuff. I'll probably just max out my wisdom stat and everything. That's probably what I'll end up doing. So, all right, I think it's time for us to get our party on. We've done too many stressful jobs. Let's do something a little bit different this time. So let's travel to Repulse Bay Hotel to dig up information of Neville Ma. All right, this one, once again, like most missions, has pay data. So bring a decker, or if you're a decker, bring whoever. I'm going to bring Gaichu in this one because there's some unique dialogue that you get with having him and the crew. After that, Ractor or Gobbet would be useful for certain battles. especially the final section. There's a spirit she can summon that could really help. But let's give Ractor some screen time. You know, swap it up every once in a while. The only reason Isabel gets so much screen time is because she's the decker. If I played a decker, I mean, I probably put her every once in a while. But I'll admit she's not the most interesting character to me overall. But you would think she would be more interesting because of her whole backstory, but I don't know. I mean, I find Ractor more entertaining, or Gobbet, you know, overall, but it's not like it's a contest or anything. But exit stage left. You arrive at the eponimously named Repulse Bay, a gleaming hotel and apartment building on the shores of Repulse Bay, Hong Kong Island. Rolling storm clouds choke the sky, lending the structure a sinister appearance. As you push through the doors into the building, a sudden break in the clouds reveals a sun that's gone red as blood. You make your way into a ground floor elevator. The attendant pays you no mind. As the car begins to climb, you hear the sounds of merriment drawing closer. As the doors slide open, you find Neville Ma's party in full swing. All right. And don't really need to do anything with anyone, so we'll just leave it all. And just go inside and have a party. We're going to party like it's 1999, like I said. So, the Repulse Bay Mezzanine, Hong Kong Island. The elevator disgorges you into the mezzanine with little fanfare. Off in the distance, you can hear the sounds of clinking glasses, carefree laughter, and silverware on china. We should discuss our approach, Wiggles. I would recommend searching the apartment as our first course of action. I am somewhat dubious about the idea of crashing the party. We ghouls are seldom welcome at such events. Sure, but Neville Ma and Penelope Wong will be at the party. If we don't bluff our way in, we can't talk to them. Doc Shin Yun is paying to us to find out how Ma is up and walking so quickly after the accident. Talking to the guy would probably be a good idea. We'll play it by ear. I don't know the scene any better than you do. That's probably the wisest choice. He strokes his chin, and Koshie flexes his articulate limbs in anticipation. Lead on. We will follow. All right, so we have a couple ways we can get inside. If you're a decker, you can go in here and hack the Matrix to get you some information. And there's some pay data in here, so let's go and do that. So, yeah, we can't jack in, so let's have Isabel do it. Alright. Now, it looks like our host trace is low this time. It's only at 30. Last episode it was 200, so... But unfortunately, not so much this time. So, let's see. Understanding how they're moving. Okay. Yeah, they're kind of going into weird patterns. So, okay, let me try. Uh-oh, this might be close. Oh, I got both of them. No! Well, that's bad. Alright. Well, that blows. Alright. Oh, I forgot to level everyone up. That's fine. I forgot. Everyone gets a new level by this point, by the way. Let's see. Okay, let's do killer. Alright, that one's done. I missed. Oh well. At least I only got caught by one, but still. I mean, well, I only got the trace hit me on one. Man, that was terrible. Alright, anyway. Could just force it just because we can run right there to get out. So, yeah, let's just force it. Welcome to the Hub Repulse Base Center Data Hub. Please state query. Search for information on Neville Ma. Neville Ma, Resident Penthouse, Apartment 2. Expand query. Apartment door code. Apartment door code 1635. Search other records. Select subject. Events. One event found. Yellow Springs Films private party mezzanine level front desk indicates 6 unclaimed invitations. Download invitation? Sure. Invitation downloaded. Search other records. Planned hotel expansion. Accessing expansion plans. You download a series of files detailing expansion plans to the hotel's ground floor. There might be it might be valuable to local construction firms, and that's the pay data, by the way. And maintenance logs. Accessing maintenance logs. Reams of data flood the screen. Everything's organized by way of reference numbers. It's an incredibly obtuse and confusing system. Without knowing what number to search for, there's little value to see here. All right, let's go back. We're done. All right, now we just need to Okay, can't quite get out in one go. Close. Yeah, sometimes it's just I'd rather just take the white ice going after me and just skip it. It kind of depends on what the situation is. Because I mean, if she dies, she takes permanent damage in the main hub area. So out we go. Okay. Now we technically have an invitation to this party if we want to go inside. We could skip it as well, but if we have Gaichu with us, we get a different conversation. Let me look at that. Buddha's Delight. Okay. Well, anyway, let's talk to this guy. A sullen-looking troll stands at the periphery of the kitchen. He turns to you, shoulders slumped forward and sighs. No restaurant service tonight. The kitchen staff's too busy with the party to serve anyone. Wish I could get onto that balcony. He sniffs the air wistfully. All that delicious food. Looks fancy. Who's throwing the shindig? A Trid producer, I think. Saw some actors in there earlier. Some ones who acted in Promises in Moonlight. He fiddles shyly. Have you seen the show? Of course. Can't wait for the next season. His eyes widen excitedly. Me too! That twist with Lady Chang in the last episode, what a cliffhanger. Couldn't believe it. Me neither. Good luck with the kitchen, buddy. Alright. Let's, you could actually ignore most of these, guests. They really don't have much to say. But the ragged waiter manages to straighten up as you approach. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the veranda at the Repulse Bay. How may I be of service? What's with the guard by the balcony? There's a private party outside, and our establishment provides security for any event that requires it. But don't worry, the balcony will be free again in a few hours. I've got some questions about Neville Ma. Heard of him? His expression clouds. Certainly everyone knows Mr. Ma. What kind of person is he? Between you and me, he's difficult, which is putting it lightly. Man runs the staff ragged. He jerks his thumb in the direction of the veranda. That's his party out there. Richies like him love to display their wealth. Sounds like you have some stories. He lowers his voice. Like you wouldn't believe. He once made a handful of us walk all the way out to Sheko to fetch dumplings for his guests. It was pouring out, with winds blowing around 50 kilometers per hour. Practically a death march in that weather. Why didn't the kitchen here make him some dumplings? Ma said the kitchen dumplings weren't good enough. Called them peasant food in front of all his guests. Chef King was furious, of course, but since Ma's rich, hotel management told us to give him whatever he wanted. Don't you hate when the rich act like that? By the time we got back from Sheko, the dumplings were cold, the party was over, and Ma had retired to a suite with a pair of starlets. We had to pay for those dumplings out of our own damn pocket. A couple of days later, Kevin came down with pneumonia from the trip, lost his job over it. And that's just one of our experiences with him. Needless to say, no one here is a fan of the man, but we're paid to serve the tenants here, so that's what we do. He shrugs. It's a living. Reminds me of old Flintstones cartoons. Rock, it's a living. You know, for those of you, that was an old person's cartoon. It was actually even old even before my time. You look exhausted. Why don't you take a break? Not yet. I can't afford to miss any tips, he sighs. I went to Macau last week and it wiped me out. Bad luck with the horses, you know. I'm in a pretty lucrative trade. Care to make a deal? The waiter stares at you suspiciously, but his desperation gets the better of him. I'm listening. Oh wait, yeah. This is the one where if you're having trouble getting up to the top, this is the one of the guys you can talk to. So you can give him 500 New Yen, or convince him to give you the code for 250. Since we already got the code, we don't need to do it. So you know what? Never mind. So yeah, we don't need to do that. But that's one way to go over there. The party looks like it's fancy. Who's throwing it? I don't know, but I could swear I saw Penelope Wong in there. Oh man, I'd love to meet her. She's so glamorous. Man, I'll never get the idea of being starstruck for people like that. They're just regular people, so most times they're jerks, but besides the security guard. Security guard stands in front of a patio, a bored expression on his face. He looks up to you, up and down as you approach. Private party, pal. His eyes land and guide you, and his face goes white. He recoils on horror. On horror? You mean in horror? Anyway. What the hell? Go in the lounge! Be silent. His voice comes out in a rasping hiss. Calm yourself. You are going to cause a panic. The guard stares at you, his mouth agape. What the hell do you think you're doing, bringing a ghoul in here? Now, if you have a party invitation, you can just give it to him, saying, he's not a ghoul, he's an HVV infected person who happens to be a friend of Penelope Wong, and we have an invitation. Or you can say, I think we're going to that party, and I think that if you don't let us, he's going to bite you. That has been known to happen. He leans towards the young security guard. And don't even think of calling the police. If you raise an alarm, many people will die, and then I will find you. I won't call the police, I promise. I won't call anyone. The guard's eyes dart from side to side. A bead of sweat traces down his cheek. Go on in, be my guest. This job isn't worth getting turned into a monster for. Thanks for your cooperation. And yeah, so if you don't get the party or whatever, yeah, to get a karma for going in. But yeah, you could just bring Gaichu and force your way in without the party invitation. Just to get the party invitation, just gets you a unique set of dialogue for doing that. But I just wanted to threaten the guy for fun. No, it's not this producer. The partygoer raises an eyebrow at your approach. This 17th century old Cabernet like punch here. It's hard to believe, considering how much of a single bottle costs. But it's even harder to believe Mr. Ma is hosting his party, and so soon after his accident. I heard about that. Doesn't seem to have slowed him down. The man's a machine, he smirks, amused by himself. Not literally, but he might as well be in the way he sprang back after being T-boned at 140 clicks an hour. Jesus, how's he even standing? I don't know how, but here he is, alive and kicking, or dining, regaling, what have you. If you ask me, it's all that positive key that fans have stirred up. I hear there was an entire message board praying for him and making offerings at temples. The Matrix is nuts for promises in Moonlight. If Ma hadn't negotiated a second season, his fans would just as easily have turned on him. If that's all it takes to win immortality, maybe I should become famous too. Isn't that why we're all here, to be famous, become famous, or make someone else famous? He catches sight of someone across the room and waves. Lisa, over here! He gives you a curt nod. Nice talking to you. Yeah, it seems like no one knows about this whole thing. I'm sure you get the part. Your audition was excellent. I don't know if he has any. Okay. The glamorous starlet flashes you a standard celebrity smile. Lovely but emotionless. Good evening, Penelope Wong, but please call me Penny. Fantastic party, Penny. Please extend my thanks to Mr. Ma. I'm Mr. Argyle. He'll be delighted to hear it. Our Neville takes any chance he can to show how well Yellow Spring Studios is doing. Do you know him well? Not directly, but I'm in the film industry too, just not in Hong Kong. I mostly came to see how he's recovering. A smile lights up on her face. Oh, it was absolutely miraculous. I must admit, I nearly died of fright when I heard what happened. But to look at Neville now, you'd never guess he'd been hurt. Just miraculous. Miracles cost a lot of nuyen these days. Must have been some expensive treatment. You think so? She sips her drink. I've never stayed in a hospital myself. Don't believe the paparazzi either. My nose has never seen the knife. Is it very expensive to undergo such miraculous treatments, that is? Definitely. Hospitals charge a fortune for even the smallest of procedures. I bet someone helped Neville pay for it. Someone new? For a moment she's lost in thought, face twisted in concentration. No, I don't think so, but Neville did make some new friends while he was in Guangzhou. Oh? There was a woman, can't remember her name, who now visits Neville regularly. I hear she's quite the fashionista. This business or personal? Penelope shrugs. They seem to get on well. I'm a little sad he never introduced us, though. She's supposed to make an appearance tonight. I'm very much looking forward to meeting her. Penelope's gaze drifts over your shoulder for a moment, and she smiles at someone behind you. Oh, please excuse me. That's Mr. Yao, and I promised him I'd say hello tonight. Enjoy the party. Thank you, Penny. It was a pleasure. Interesting. So some ladies involved, huh? Alright. Well, we'll see. I'm going to have to make 3 million... Oh, sorry. Did you hear he's half Russian? There's no wonder he went overseas. Sorry, sometimes some of these dialogues go by so fast. That's wonderful. When will you get a call back? So, anyway, let's talk to Neville himself. Neville Ma is dressed in an immaculate suit, surveying his party from the edge of the balcony. As you approach, he inclines his head respectfully. Good evening, Mr. I'm sorry, I don't believe we've been formally introduced. He straightens his wristwatch. I'm Neville Ma, owner of the Yellow Spring Studios. Pleasure's all mine, Mr. Ma. Call me Mr. Argent. Thank you for hosting this gala. You're very welcome. It's important to show the industry and the press the promises in Moonlight is doing well and that we're still a local operation. I hope you're enjoying yourself. If you have a spellcaster conjuration, you can use astral projection on him. Focusing your senses, you concentrate on Ma's aura. Your third eye slides open, unveiling the hidden reality of the astral plane. The walls of the veranda balcony go gray and cold, and Neville Ma explodes into scintillating light. Judging by the state of his aura, Ma appears to be in good health. His essence is slightly frayed, the sort of damage you'd associate with a standard data jack. Otherwise, he appears to be more or less intact. You do, however, detect a faint tinge of discoloration on the periphery of his aura. A chronic illness might darken an aura in this way, but you've never seen anything quite like this before. Having seen what you see, what there is to see, your third eye slides shut again. If Ma is aware that you've sensed him, he doesn't show it. The way if I remember correctly, the way it works in the tabletop game, it's almost instantaneous. It's like within a matter of seconds that you can do that. So, I've heard about your accident. How'd it happen? He sighs. It seems as though that's all anyone ever wants to hear about these days. I'll be honest, I'm getting rather tired of repeating the story. Suffice to say, delivery truck, a drone experienced a glitch and ran a red light. If it hadn't hit me, I would have hit someone else. Sounds like someone's got it in for you. Know anyone who could have set this up? Not really. Apparently the latest software update to the truck had gotten corrupted, but that was all they found. It was shocking to discover that the delivery company missed the glitch, but I suppose that's a mistake anyone could have made. It's certainly not enough to point to any one person. If you have Biotech 6, you can say, you don't appear to have any scars from the crash, and it gives you more detail. Not required, just a little bit of information. Heard you made a new friend while you're in the hospital. Yes, Miss Fang. She's quite an admirer of Promises of Moonlight. She kept my spirits up as I was recovering from the accident. What kind of work is she in? She's independently wealthy. I believe that she was an early investor in Eastern Tiger during their expansion several years ago. You were discharged from the hospital pretty quickly after your accident. Your treatments must have been expensive. Not especially. Guangzhou's hospitals are top tier. Confidentially, my rapid recovery mostly came down to luck. The accident could have been a lot worse than it was. I owe Eurocard a lot of thanks for their safety features. Thanks for talking with me, Mr. Ma. My pleasure. Please enjoy the party. Interesting. Seems like this lady might be a big factor in this. I don't know, just something about it. But anyway, let's head on up. And like I said, you don't have to do the part. You can completely skip that, because all you have to do is either data jack or get the information from the waiter to get up to the top. So, let's see. So, 1635 is what we need for his apartment. Alright, take the elevator to the penthouse suite. Alright, let's see. Where is his... Ah, there it is. Actually, I think you can also, if you're a spellcaster, I think you can also get the code another way too, if I remember. Let's see, click this. A standard hotel door protected by a simple hydraulic locking mechanism. A keypad is mounted beside the door frame. Use astral projection. Your third eye slides open and the keypad takes a gentle glow. A repetitive sensation radiates from 6153. The code is likely a combination of these numbers. But yeah, since we already have that, you know, we don't have to do it. But see, 1635. 635. It's just the other way gets you the code directly, but this is a way to guess it, so. Why is it so cold in here? Oh, yeah. I can see my breath. Yeah, let's see what this shoot. Rows and rows of finely tailored suits, custom shoes, and various accessories fill the room. Okay. Other than it being cold. Okay, let me save it here. I think I can do both options on this one, but I'm trying to misremember. This is based off an achievement, by the way. This is why I'm doing this. The liquor cabinet is full of expensive wines and spirits. Several decanters sit atop it, but one in particular catches your eye, a bottle of brilliantly bright red wine. Steal a sip. You take a gulp and quickly gag. The wine's strangely warm, given the temperature of the room, and disgustingly salty. By the way, if you've already done the during the Outsider quest where you could eat the food and Gaichu's home and drink this, you should get the Taste Like Chicken achievement for no specific reason. Interesting. His nose wrinkles as he tastes the air. I'll be taking that with me if you don't mind. Yeah, go ahead. It's vile. Not your vintage. I'm not surprised, but I find the aroma quite enticing. He stows the bottle in his pack. Yeah, so if you have Gaichu with you, you can take the bottle. You'll find out in a second what it is, but... Or what it is, supposedly, especially if you get to the end of this. This fridge is well stocked. There's plenty of food in here to feed a big party. Okay, well that makes sense with what's going on downstairs. The opposite side of the living room is dominated by a massive security door. It's much heavier than the exterior apartment door and looks like a recent addition. The walls have clearly been reinforced to support it. A series of top-of-the-line commercial-grade maglocks hold the door sealed. It'll be easier to tunnel through the wall than it would be to break through them. Examine the door. A cursory glance at the door frame reveals no sign of a keypad or a jack point, but you do see what appears to be an RFID reader. A 16-digit number has been stenciled onto the side of the reader in red ink. This didn't come with the apartment. Why fortify an interior door like this? To keep up appearances, I think. Can you imagine what installing this monstrosity in the hallway would do with the building's aesthetics? People would talk about it. A man like Ma wouldn't want that. Well, one thing is certain. We aren't getting through here without the key. Most likely that means what to get one from Ma or one of his people. It would appear that we will be turning to Mr. Ma's party. Hopefully someone there can tell us more. Well, I don't know. Let's keep looking up here. Let's see what else is around here. So, yeah, we need the RFID code for this, so. Alright, nothing there. We'll do one more. Let's see, Rose of Taylor Sweets. Okay. Alright, see if anything else is in here before we go back down. Yeah, I guess we're going back down. Alright. Let's do it. Alright, take it back to the mezzanine floor. Alright, let's see what Penelope has to say. See if we can get her ear again. Welcome back, Mr. Argyle. What do I owe you the pleasure? I was hoping you could help me, Penny. Do you have a key fob for the for Neville's security door? A quizzical look crosses her face. I do, but how do you know about that? Let's see. Building management told me. They sent me down to see if I could bring them your fob. They needed to fix a glitch and they didn't want to bother Mr. Ma. Oh, in that case, please take my fob. Just bring it back when you're done, okay? She digs around her purse before producing a small plastic device, then hands it to you. Thank you, Penny. You don't know how helpful this you've been. Penelope beams at you. Always happy to help where Neville's concerned. And that's all you have to do. It's pretty straightforward. I think you can get them from Ma as well, but it's just easier to go to her. So there might be another. I don't remember every single variation on every story. Some are just pretty straightforward. So okay, now we can go into that room. Yeah, you never really. I mean, you only missed for a hot second, but you just believed our story. We didn't even need like a charisma check or anything like that. So. As you approach the door, a light set into your key fob goes from red to green. There's a loud series of thunks and the door slides open. A blast of frigid air floods into the room from the other side. Why is it so cold in here? Nothing in here, just a typical bedroom and bath, you know, so I don't know why that'd be super locked up. I guess being afraid of someone trying to take us pictures, I guess. Let's take a look at the terminal, see what that says. As expensive consumer-grade computer terminals await your input, the display background is set to a screen capture from Promises in Moonlight. Developer Wong's radiant face beams at you from the corner of the screen. Why, if it isn't Ma's personal terminal? A shy smile crawls up Isabel's cheeks. She cracks her knuckles. Let's have a look. Log into the computer as a guest. A few keystrokes in is all it takes to get into the computer's file structure. With the high-tech security door in his apartment, it seems Ma never bothered to encrypt his machine. An option menu appears on the screen. Search email. You read through Ma's emails. Most of it is spam, boring business arrangements, but one detail stands out. Neville Ma is frequently emailing a woman named Ku Feng. They seem close, exchanging a lot of thinly veiled flirtation. It appears that Neville has been lavishing Ku Feng with money and affection, expensive gifts, rent checks, miserable attempts at poetry, seeing to it that her every need is met. Interesting. Perhaps she's a sugar mama or something like that, maybe? Search financial records. Neville's financial records are astoundingly boring, aside from two major things. He spent next to nothing on his hospital bills, where it appears he only stayed for 3 days, and he's spending a lot of money on a woman named Ku Feng. Jewelry, bills, clothes, and such. Let's unlock the office door and see what's inside. With a push of a button, you unlock the office door on the other side of the room. An ominous thunk reverberates through the cold, steel apartment. Well, this has got to solve the mystery. Must have to do with this woman some way, somehow. Maybe she's got some weird connections or something like that. Maybe she's a wizard of some repute, or a mage or summon or something like that. Without warning, a frigid wind blows through the apartment. The chill cuts through your clothing, raising goose flesh all over your body. Where is that coming from? There's another blast of cold, and a pale, imposing woman materializes out of the thin air. A throng of blank-faced men and women materialize alongside her. Ah, the little dog who's been sniffing around Neville Ma's affairs. Her voice is imperious, arrogant. Ku Feng, I presume? Wait, does she have fangs? She nods. Just so. My servants have been watching you since you arrived. I suspect that you're an evil man, and that you're here to harm Neville, and so I came to stop you. Be careful, Wiggles. Her aura is streaked with corruption. I can practically taste it. His lips curl. She is a vampire. These others are her pawns. And you are a ghoul. Why these people would choose to associate with a corpse eater is a mystery to me. Perhaps you're their pet. Gaiju tightens his fingers on the hilt of his katana. Who would eat whom, Leech? Come for me, and let us see whose teeth are sharper. She smiles at you with blood-red lips. An armed conflict in this room would bring security within moments. The Hong Kong police force would no doubt arrive shortly thereafter. Is that what you want? It makes no difference to me. I can disappear just as swiftly as I arrived. But you, on the other hand. She's right. We can't fight in here. Dr. Shen Yang told us that we wouldn't get paid if we did. We appear to have reached an impasse. I cannot allow you to leave, and you seem intent on continuing your investigation here. So, how do we resolve this conundrum? I won't, let's see. Yeah, I won't get paid if we fight here, and no doubt the police will want answers. There's another way. A formal arrangement? Then, a face-off in a neutral location? A duel at midnight works for me. Very well. She steeples her fingers. As for terms, if I win, you willingly submit to my influence, and you become my pawn. And if you win, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. She nods, grinning. Wait 15 minutes for the sun to go down, then come to the roof. We'll settle this there, like gentlemen and ladies. I don't think she says ladies if you have any women with you. Obviously, if you're a female, that's different. But I think she just says gentlemen if it's just guys you bring with you. The sun dips below the horizon. Mist coalesces, coating the rooftop in dew. Gufang and her cohorts appear. Ooh, her portrait changed. Are you prepared to become my servant, dwarf? And she says, whatever race you are, she says that. So, you must not resist, or I'll be forced to kill you. Should it come to that, I'll endeavor to make it swift and painless, but no promises. I'm ready if you are. This will be entertaining. Kill him. Okay, so this fight's interesting because of what you can do to finish the fight as quickly as you can. Because Kufang herself is the priority. So if she takes, I think, 40% of her damage, she'll immediately stop the fight. So it depends on how confident you are in taking or hitting her and taking her out. Because like I said, if you're not, then maybe it would be not a good idea to do that. So, but anyway, let's see. Trying to look at the. Whoops, that's not the one I want. So I think I want water stance actually. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's get you over here to hit her. I want her to. Come on. There we go. I want her to stand up, is what I was trying to do. Okay, let's see if we can mark her. Nice. Okay. And then what's mine to hit on her? Pretty high, I think. Yeah, 99%. So let's hit her with a fireball. What? Wait, hold on. It was 95. Are you serious? 95% and I missed. Did you guys just see that? 99%, 95% and I missed. Are you serious? Wow. Okay. That is stupid. All right, let's do control mode. That really actually pisses me off. Like a lot. Because of that. All right, let's overclock Crochet. Okay, let's see. We got a civilian here. Civilian. Most of them have guns. We have one guy with a katana. But yeah, that is a 95%. Wow. That just. Oh man, that just really bugs me. All right, let's hit Crochet with this as well. So as the hit is accurate. I can't believe I missed with that. That is so dumb. Wow. Alright, whatever. That would have done a ton of damage too to her. That's actually what I was going for. I was hoping I would do a ton of damage and finish the fight like pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Let's see. I had to move 3 turns to get over there, huh? Move over there first to see if what my options are. There we go. I'm still pissed off at that missing at a 95%. That probably would have finished the fight, you know. But yeah, if you go after her, the fight ends. So that's why you want to focus on her if you can. Kufang's calm and haughty demeanor dissolves as her eyes grow mild. Wait, wait, I surrender. Don't kill me. What's wrong? Not feeling so powerful now? She clasped her hands, pleading. The whole Mistress of the Night thing is just an act. I'm just an accountant that got infected. I don't really know how to fight. I was faking it. I just wanted to scare you into backing down. An accountant? She nods. I was on a business trip to Shuan Wei last year. I went to a rave, got drunk, passed out. When I woke up, I was in an alley and someone had done this to me. The last time we fought a vampire was in the original Shadowrun game where you could threaten him with a stake to make him stop attacking you. That was entertaining. That was the mission where you could grind it to get all your points to max out your stats. At least in the original game anyway. But yeah. In this game, stuff like vampires and ghouls and stuff like that exists, but they're part of a blood virus. Which it's already been explained before, but yeah. Anyway, kind of reminds me of Vampire the Masquerade when I think about it. So, and so you decide to embrace the whole vampire thing? What choice did I have? I couldn't go back to work, and I was dead. It was a dead-end job anyway. No upward mobility, no room for growth. I did what anyone would have done. I tried to make the best of it, to capitalize on my new abilities. I'm a vampire now. I can't control that, but I can't control how I choose to monetize it. So, what was your end game? How'd you see this working out? Beats me. It's not like I had a rule book for this or anything. I was just making it up as I go along. Who knows, maybe I could eventually become the vampire queen of Repulse Bay. Well, I suppose I can't fault your ambition. Thanks, I mean that, but it's never gonna happen. I'm not good at this anyway. I know that now. She looks away in shame. Her voice goes flat. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with myself now. If I've ever found out, I'll get killed for the bounty money. That was my only real shot, and I blew it. Yeah, in this world, if there's ghouls or I think we found this. I think I remember the game mentioning it when you deal with Gaichu. But anyone that has this blood virus, whether it be vampires or whatever, people get paid for doing that. Like a bounty board, stuff like that, Old West style. So, how'd you manage to survive? I've been hiding out in Kowloon. I was hoping to just disappear. As far as my friends and family know, I'm missing, maybe dead. Her chest hitches. She looks miserable. I think that's for the best. I mean, how could I explain what I become? Can you imagine how ashamed my family would be to find out I become this monster? No, it's better that they think I'm dead. You are pathetic, weak. His lip curls into a sneer. You are given the power of the gods, and you snivel about the feelings. What is wrong with you? I never wanted it this way. I'm trying my best. Your best is barely competent. You squander your potential, then bawl about your cast-off life when you are defeated. You don't deserve the gift that you've been given. No, you're right. I'm not cut out for this. She turns to you, a look of misery smeared across her face. Can we call it a truce, maybe? I scratch your back and you let me live, please? Alright. I think we can work something out, conditionally. She nods eagerly. Yes, anything. Just tell me what you need. First off, I want some answers. I'll tell you whatever you want. You ask the questions, I'll answer. No lying, I promise. How are you and Neville Ma connected? I happen to be in the same hospital that he was trolling for a meal. I don't like to drink blood from unwilling people, so I go to hospitals at night looking for people who won't mind if I take a sip. People in comas, patients with terminal illnesses, that kind of thing. Makes me feel better about it what I have to do. So I wandered in this room and I recognized Neville Ma. I'd seen him on the news, seen photos of the accident. He was in really bad shape and a lot of broken bones and internal injuries, but somehow he was still conscious. What then? Well, I knew that I'd given unaffected people my blood, they'd be able to heal like I did, just not as fast. I figured that out earlier by mistake, but it can come in handy from time to time. So when I saw that Neville Ma was conscious, I decided to make my grand appearance. I materialized in the room and told him that I'd make him a trade. I'd fix him up good as new, but he'd owe me some favors for it. I wasn't specific at how many favors or what kind. He agreed, actually. He leapt at the chance to become my pawn. I guess that when you're all broken up like that, you'll do just about anything to get better. The deal was done, and we got along. I think he's charming. He thinks I'm funny, and he doesn't care that I'm a vampire. He told me that he gives me nice things because he likes me, and not because he owes me his life. It's all very sweet. What's it like to be a vampire? About the same as being a person. The human metahuman vampiric virus is like any other disease, except instead of coughing, I can't go out during the day. It's not all that bad, though. I can turn into mist, and I'm a lot stronger than I used to be. I still have to wash my hair and pay for parking.
You know what I miss the most? Steamed buns. I can't eat or drink anything except blood, and I loved street food before I got infected. Sometimes I'll walk by food carts just to smell the things they're frying up, but if I buy something 10 minutes later, it's all coming back up in a mess.
Is there a cure?
I wish, but no. The only cure is being tossed in a bonfire or having your head cut off. And almost every nation in the world will pay a bounty for a dead vampire. It's not like I had much of a choice, you know. Be a vampire or get killed for some quick cash. It's a pretty raw deal for me in either way.
Alright, I've decided what's going to happen.
Okay, she exhales heavily. What's it going to be?
Alright, so you could get Neville to fire Penelope Wong, which, why would you do that? You could go into hiding. You could say, go to kill her anyway. Or, the more interesting option, you're going to live up to your potential, and I'm going to help you. She blinks.
You are?
We are. So there's two ways we can do this. We can either help her ourselves to, help her survive. And by this, you can say, I know how to adjust to violent new life. I've been living that reality since I arrived in Hong Kong. I can help you. Or, if you have Gaichu with you, you can say, so you don't know how to be a monster. Well, as it happens, I have a bona fide monster right here. Gaichu will teach you what to do.
And why would I do that, Wiggles, if I fail to understand?
Because Hong Kong connections are power, and I want the Vampire Queen Repulse Bay to owe me a favor. Oh, wait, no. Because I've decided that I like you, and I can think of worse friends to have at my side than a vampire. A brilliant smile breaks out across her face.
Well, in that case, I accept, gratefully. But what about Dr. Shen Yang? What are we supposed to tell him?
He wants Penelope Wong. What do you say, Ku Feng? Think you can get Neville to let her go?
In a heartbeat, Neville can't say no to me. He'll do it, no question.
Yeah, I actually forgot that the whole point of the mission was to get Penelope Wong to go back to the other agency, so slipped my mind for a second. In that case, it's settled. We'll be in touch. She bows, smiling.
It's settled then. May this be the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship.
And we get a karma for keeping her alive. You don't have to do the whole helper thing, but that'll come back to help us later on. Not a big major deal, but something minor. So, all right, let's get on out of here. So, yeah, that solves it pretty effectively. I'm still pissed I missed a 95%. Are you kidding me? Friggin' XCOM keeps coming back into my memories every single time I play a strategy game. It never ends. But anyway, let's go back to the mezzanine floor and get out of here. I don't think anyone says anything new. I mean, I could check, but I don't think there's anything different after everything that's happened. Now let me see. Might as well check really quick. Okay, nope. Never mind. We are done then. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I didn't think there was any extra dialogue or anything like that. So yeah, fun, entertaining little mission. Not very long at all. Unfortunately, you don't get as much a reward for this, like in terms of like karma, but still, we did make up for it by getting a couple of minor points in karma. So, but yeah, if you're you can only get like a friendship with her if you actively try to help her or not mean to her, and that can get you she'll come back to help us later on. The clink of glasses and the sound of Neville Ma's party fades in the distance as you leave the Repulse Bay. As the MTR carries you towards Hawaii, the mountains of Hong Kong Island roll by as looming masses obscured by rains of storm clouds. Penelope Wong has been fired from Promises in Moonlight, and Ma will be at a serious disadvantage without her. The whims of Trid viewers shift as readily as the tide, and without the Starlet's presence, Promises in Moonlight will undoubtedly lose ratings. What's more, you've managed to turn a powerful foe into a potential ally. Only time will tell if Ku Feng will repay you, however. Yeah, so we got Ku Feng on our team. We also have all of our characters and the locals, and we also have that one Shadowrunning group that we were nice to. But yeah, we only get 4 karma for that. So, all right. Well, it looks like another job done. And how many more do we actually have to go before the plot? Yeah, we got 2 more to. We got 2 more. Well, actually, technically 1 more mission to go. So yeah, after that, we just have to give the information to Shen Yang and complete that and go on. So what will the next mission entail? Going to kidnap a rooster? We'll find it next time in the next episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.